Here's a quick video on how to use the virtual classroom tool built in D2L or Brightspace. In order to use it, first you must add icon to your nav bar. To do that, if you hover over the course admin icon, you'll see 3 dots. If you click on 3 dots, you can edit the nav bar. You'll need to change the title. Obviously, you don't want to save over the nav bar that's already there. So I'll just call this one a test run. You can call it, give it your name, and maybe even the course if you'd like. Once you've done that, move down to this part right here that says add links. And we'll scroll down to the bottom of the list and choose virtual classroom. So put a check mark in that box, click on add, and now you'll see that the virtual classroom icon is located in the toolbar, and you can place it wherever you like. So, if you wanted it somewhere else, you could do that. If you wanted to get rid of some of these, you can click on the X and go from there. Once we're done, click on save and close. And now we can go ahead and create a virtual classroom. To do that, click on the virtual classroom button. We're already there, but if you need to, you can click on the virtual classroom icon at the top. We'll click on the pink plus button in the bottom right to schedule a meeting. Give it a title. So maybe this is a tutorial. We can enter the date and the time. So we can choose a date, click OK. We can choose a time. Let's say we wanted the meeting at 10 o'clock. I could just drag this to 10 or type in the box here and drag it over the minutes. Be careful, AM and PM. You don't want to schedule your meeting 12 hours earlier or later than you're expecting, and then click OK. We can choose how long that meeting is going to be. It can be 15, 30, or 60 minutes. It used to be able to be longer, but it looks like there's a restriction there now. I'm going to schedule the meeting for right now so that we can actually go in and see what it looks like. Probably want to record your meetings and then publish the recording so that anybody that can't be there to watch in person can watch it afterwards. You can invite the whole class. So if I click save now, the whole class will come up. The other option is that if I don't want to invite the whole class, I uncheck that box, click save, and then the meeting will be created. And with these 3 little dots here under the action menu, I can manage invites. I won't click on it now because you'll see a list of my students, but if I manage invites, you'll see a list of your students on the left side and a list of students who are invited to the meeting on the right side. Click on their name, it will add them to the meeting, and you can add or delete from there. So I am going to launch this. This is how we get into the virtual classroom. So it's currently scheduled. It's a tutorial. It's scheduled for right now. I want to launch that tutorial. Click on enter meeting, and you'll go through a couple of things here to ensure things are working. So most of the time, if you want to have a conversation, you'll join by microphone. It will ask you to allow your microphone, and then it does a little test. So this is a test that you can check to see if your audio is okay, and if it is, you click yes. So this is what the virtual classroom looks like. I can see a list of participants here with the user toggle list in the top left-hand corner. Anytime somebody enters, you will see them here. If you just see a box with their name with no microphone, that means they're probably in the process of getting into the meeting. Microphone that's green like this means that they are actively participating. A microphone with a slash on it just means that they have their microphone muted. So you may see them there, but you may not hear them, or they may not be able to hear you as they join the meeting. The other thing that's helpful is the public chat. So I can just click on the chat icon here, and there's a chat window that can happen here while any kind of discussion is going on. Might be worthwhile to share your video. So if I click on the blue button down here to share my camera, I can do that. Again, it will ask me to allow my camera. And there I am. You can see me, and other students can join with their cameras as well, and they'll just be displayed here at the top. You can swap where that camera appears. So if you're not using the whiteboard, if you click on the camera, you have the option to swap. The video becomes large, the whiteboard becomes small. Again, if you want to unshare your camera, you can do so right here. The whiteboard is a useful tool. There are some tools here on the toolbar on the right-hand side. There's a text tool. So if I wanted to type some text in, I click on the text toolbox, I draw out a box, and I can start typing, go from there. If I wanted to move that text box, no, I don't know that I can move that text box. Once it's there, I think it's there. If I wanted to draw with a pencil, I could choose a pencil here. I can choose my pen size here, and I can choose a color here so that I can highlight some information and so on. Once this board gets full, we can move on to the next slide and just keep going from there. If you want to end the meeting or leave the meeting, you just click on the three dots in the top right-hand corner here. So if I end the meeting, everybody else will be kicked out. Nobody else will be allowed to stay, or I can leave and leave the meeting running for others to participate. I can also share my desktop. In order to do that, I click on the share your screen. Now to do this, you need the Bongo extension for Chrome on Windows. I'm not 100% sure that you need it for Mac. Some Mac users are reporting some issues there. So the Bongo extension is a Chrome extension that you can get. It just allows for the sharing of your desktop. But maybe we'll save that for another video. So in a nutshell, that's how we can use the virtual classroom. If I stop this recording, so end the meeting, the session's ended. I can close that window and close that window. And later on, when I want to watch the meeting, again, I could just click on the virtual classroom button at the top here. And then there'll be an option to view the meeting. It's in the process of rendering and processing that video, so I can't watch it just yet. But after a short period of time, I say short, I'm not exactly sure how long it is. I guess it would depend on how long the recording is. It will appear here where you and your students could watch that video. Hope that was helpful.